Well, hello, my chicken lickings. Well, it's that time we've all been waiting for. Will we or won't we? Oh dear, how's everybody doing? Are you all right? Are you well? We will be getting Davey joining us and the Yorkshire Mackem as well. He will be he'll be joining in and see what the crack is there. Mackem anthem. Timothy Membele is away for the season. Kevin Boys. This is the worst transfer day normally have a few in by now. What have we got? Mackerman think they might to the outward players first, then incomings after. Kevin Boys, who is ready to see a 19-year-old striker that's never been heard of signed at 10.59? We'll soon find out. And Kevin Boys just says, just kidding, I'm not that sore. They're playing well, just hope for that to continue. And Patrick says, hello, Cobby. I'll say hello back. How are you all doing? We're just waiting for some more folks coming in. And of course, it's all been happening at Sunderland, and there's going to be more drama tonight without a shadow of a doubt. It's I've been so busy at work, and I've been trying to do some of the videos as well. So it's been quite entertaining to say the least. Trying to keep up with every. It's just a headache, isn't it? All this rumour carry on. This constant rumour, isn't it? It's just an absolute nightmare. It's just what is going on. I'm just going to put my Sky Sports news on at the background. Obviously, I can't have it playing because, of course, YouTube will say, no, you can't do that. It's naughty. Oh dear, just had me tea. Bachelor super noodles, believe it or not. Absolutely delicious. So, Sky Sports news. And there we go. We've got the old deadline day video there playing in the background. As we can see, that's it there. Any information, all the stuff that's coming in. If you can see that, we will be keeping you up to date as much as possible. Just waiting for the other lads and lasses to join, which I'm sure they will be very soon. Where are we going? Oh, there we are, we're back. So Luton Town are leading in at the moment. Mackerman, I was listening to Fabrizio Romano on YouTube earlier, and Rocco Simic was on talk about why he moved. Seemed the last two coaches didn't see anything in him. Have we been lucky to miss out? And Ken Walton says, hi, Cabbie. Hello, Ken, how you doing? How you doing, Dougie? You all right, mate? Stevie M68 says, where's the striker we desperately need? It'll be hell on. It'll be absolute hell on if we don't get the strikers that we need, and that's just not good enough as far as I'm concerned. Jules. Are we? So, Kevin Boyce says, see Brighton been trying to lure Watson away. I know. But thanks for everybody joining. We've got 47 now watching. We'll try and respond to every single one of you in the chat as much as possible. This is the channel that likes to get everybody involved and try not to miss anybody out. Hello, Davey.
Hello.
Hello, mate. This isn't a Monday night.
Hello.
Oh, dear me. Let's just get you sorted on the chat there. How are you doing? You all right?
Why, not really. We're getting a bit worrying now, isn't it?
Wait, they've got to have something up their sleeve, haven't they? It's as simple
Well,
as that.
it's fucking game over in my eyes. If we don't get a striker, it's fucking absolutely a shambles. We're letting more people go than we're getting in.
The surely, Davey, not going to be as daft, are they? They're surely not going to allow that to happen, are they?
Well, Ekwa's gone, Pembele's gone. So surely there's got to be people in to replace them, otherwise we're going to have a first 11 and need back up.
Well, there has to be. They cannot not be, as far as I'm concerned.
I know. It's just worrying, isn't it, when it's only getting 2 hours away.
I don't know. I've not. It's just mad. Ken Walton's just said, "Hi, Davey."
Hello?
Billy JW, hello mate, 20-year-old on the way, or no? JC says, someone set a siren off if we sign a striker as I doze off. Great channel, by the way. Thanks, Jay. SAFC Tom says, please subscribe the Mackem Cabbie if you have not subscribed. Hey, thanks a lot, SAFC Tom. Spot on. Dougie says, hi, Davey. Mark Nesbitt, I don't know what he said there. SAFC Tom, 1 striker in, 3 players out.
Where's the 1 striker in?
I think that's the Wilson, isn't it?
Wilson? He's not a striker, man.
Wait, I know. What do you guys think about that? Is Wilson a striker or not? Is he a striker? I mean, no.
He's a winger, isn't he?
Oh,
he's a winger.
He's Jacob. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah,
What's Jack Clark? What's Jack Clark?
He's a winger.
A winger who can play up front. He played up front for us a few times, didn't he?
He did indeed, yeah.
And he's a winger.
He's a winger.
You want somebody to score 20 goals, otherwise you can't get promoted. I've said this over and over again.
100% right. If you're going to challenge...
will not score 20 goals. No way possible.
Oh, no way. You keep on saying it over and over and over again, though, it's the fact, like, if you do want a challenge for the top 6, then you need a 20 goal scorer striker.
You've got to score goals to get promoted. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Colin Major says, hi, Stuart and Davey and Jacob.
All right. Hello, Colin.
Hello, Colin.
All right, Colin.
We've got 61 people in the chat already, because I've just turned on. Thanks very much.
Lord.
Guys, I don't mean Wilson as a striker in, says FCC Tom. Well, if that's the case, then I don't think we've got really any strikers in, have we?
No. And we've just let one down, even though he's the worst thing you could then slice bread.
Yeah. I know.
And me, but to let one down, but they need 2, but let one down and didn't bring any in. How's that making you stronger? It can't be.
No. They're not gonna be as stupid. KLD and Speakman and that, right? They're not gonna be as stupid and not get the strikers we need, because surely they'll know the backlash they'll get from the fans.
Well,
they're definitely better.
No, isn't it?
You what, Jacob?
I was going to say they're not as bad as Donald and Meffin or Shaw, are they? Because Ellis Shaw, look what he did. He'd get players on a free, and they'd be worth a lot of money, but they wouldn't play for the badge, would they? And then it's a waste of money.
Ah, you know, absolutely.
That's what Ellis Short did. Do we really want to go back to that? I don't think we do, because that's what he's trying to do. He's drift. He doesn't want to do what Ellis Short did, which is what caused the club to be in a lot of debt. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I'm not saying the striker things.
Jacob, it's no good having a posh car if you haven't got any petrol to put in it, is it?
No.
I'll just sit and store it in the garage.
You know what I mean? You need a striker. Like, it's an important part of a football team.
Aye.
Oh, of course
you wouldn't play without the goalkeeper, would you?
No.
So it's crazy. Like,
Pixel Rich says, "Hi lads, didn't know you were on. Watching the closing hours for incomings, not looking good so far." Stephen M68 says, "Evening Cabbie, Davey and Jacob. Great job, guys. Keep it up." So that's good praise there from someone.
Right. The only thing we kind of did is sign a striker.
SAFC Tom, yeah, he says 1 strike will come in and 3 will go out. Kevin Boys, heard Mike Bassett is in charge of our transfers, and my good mate Brett Sports has come on up saying, breaking news, Sunderland have agreed a 1-year loan deal plus option to buy Sheriff and Dyer from Red Star Belgrade. The 28-year-old completed his medical in Paris this afternoon and will try to fly to Sunderland tonight.
For fuck.
So Sunderland have agreed, apparently, a 1-year loan deal plus option to buy Sheriff Ndaya from Red Star Belgrade. Option to buy fee believed to be around about the £6.5 million mark.
Who said that? There's note on the channel, mind you.
A good friend of mine, Brett. I call him Brett Sports. This is coming from the Roker Report.
Website thing.
Yeah. So we're gonna get a lot of this, aren't we? We're gonna get a lot of this and that, and apparently this and apparently that. So
yeah. Annoying though, how Tom Cannon goes to Stoke City and Sunderland are a bigger club than Stoke. What is it about these smaller clubs that are appealing than Sunderland, man?
Wages. Stoke pay the wages, didn't they? That's how you lost your manager.
Same with Cardiff. I mean, that Simic, but why would you want to go to Cardiff if you're not going to do out there? You're not going to win a trophy or go to Wembley. You're going to be at the bottom half of the Championship.
Sent him straight out on loan, so he can't be ready.
Oh, I know. Did you listen to did you listen to Nick Barnes tonight, Davey?
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
I'm just gonna.
You've got to get that. I can't. Joe Willock will not
Pembelli
be put in. There's been some safety concerns.
Right, gone.
And I hear the
point in time. They lost a couple of wickets in the afternoon because Ben Rain and Bryden Cole.
Then with Nick Barnes and Gary Bennett down in Portsmouth. It's been a fairly busy day so far, Barnesy, and it may be a very busy last few hours too.
Yes, I think that's going to be the way it pans out this evening.
It's still that striker thing, isn't
one rather extraordinary transfer.
I mean, this centre-half sent a long time to come through.
Face value.
That was
when you
early
first
this afternoon. That was mentioned.
I know.
We never signed them quick.
We didn't. No, I was. I briefly heard Nick Barnes before, and he's basically saying what a lot of fans saying. He hasn't a clue, has he? Not being nasty towards Nick Barnes. I'm a hell.
Well, he's sitting in a hotel at Portsmouth, so he's only getting the nah. How we getting the nah?
He is, yeah. Just gonna get some more of these messages. I've got 74 people already in the channel watching. Got loads coming in. Paul Crampton, hello mate. It says it's criminal if we don't get a striker, and that's what we all agree. Billy GW says big cash is needed to get goal scorers. We won't do that. Kevin Boys, I'd rather they didn't sign one if it's another unproven 19 or 20-year-old loan rather than just stick with Mayenda and let him develop.
I know, but he's not going to play 46 games, is he?
No, is he hell?
He scored 20 goals, so there you go. It's not the answer.
No, I know. SAFC Tom says there is another striker to come in before 11 p.m. and 3 players out. I honestly sum to Stuart Harvey at 8:30 tonight. Dale Boyd says, hello mate. Very, very sad day again. Rosie Laws, how are you doing? Good evening. Mark Nesbitt says, try to fly. Yeah, well, I don't think it's him on his own. I think he will be getting in a plane.
Flying at this time. Oh, wait, he's not going to get here, is he? Fucking hell, take your fucking toes to get through bastard customs, man.
I don't know. Is it different for footballers? I've no idea. I mean, what's it? The flight from from Paris to Newcastle, what will be about an hour and 20 minutes?
I thought you said he was from Red Star Belgrade.
But apparently he's going to be flying from Paris.
It'll be quicker to get him one of them dinghies.
Absolutely.
They're going to cross our reef.
I don't know. Jack Shaw, hello Jack, how you doing, mate? He says, apparently a Chelsea player on loan, I've heard, but rumours come around. Tea Drinker, hello mate, he says, we are top of the league with the best midfield in the league. We have a striker. We are going to win the league. It's like, well, look, it's there, isn't it, lads? The opportunity could be possibly there, but it's up to the hierarchy to get this right tonight, isn't it?
Because they've got the money now. They can't come that one where we haven't got the money.
How much have they made in total off the sale? What the players we've sold so far then?
Oh, we've only sold Jack Clark, haven't we?
Sold Jack Clark, and don't forget Tottenham are getting a cut of that, aren't they?
But we're still left with about 11.5 million. And that's up front payment and all. It was all up front.
Are you confident, Jacob? Are you confident we'll get someone in?
In the middle, a bit come see, come sa, really.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it definitely seems like they've been searching more players than last season, because last season you didn't hear a bloody peep, did you? But now I feel like at least they're trying, but it's still in that same situation, no striker. But
no, I know. Got these. Mike Cassip says, "Isn't Wilson a striker as well as a winger, though? Is he a bit of both? I don't know. I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
He can play both, can he? I've heard he can play both, but we want a natural striker, don't we?
Yeah.
And also a natural left winger.
If he was a striker, he would be a striker and get 20 goals, wouldn't he, a season? But he plays on the wing. Who can play as a striker? That's not the same as having a striker.
Yeah. Ken Walton says, I would put you three on the board. Can you imagine, Davey? Imagine Jacob. That. Crikey. Yeah. Wilson has played number 9 a lot, according to Tea Drinker. Jack Reed says, God help us. Mackem Anth, not fussed on losing out on Tom Cannon, to be honest. What's your guys' thought about that? Losing out to Tom Cannon?
I wasn't bothered about him. Like, he's never played much, has he?
No.
And his wages will have been too much for us. Simple as that.
I think it's still too far. Fans saying, "Oh, relegation if we don't get a striker." Oh, relegation. You know, I think that's a bit over the top. Can't see that happening.
Kevin says, me neither, about Tom Cannon. Mackermanth says, Wilson calls himself a striker no matter what anyone else wants to call him. Well, we'll soon find out how many goals he gets. Jack Reed says, can't justify Tom Cannon's price. SCFC no. Tom says, Davey, please be quiet for just a minute. 1 striker in, 3 players out. Simple. He's adamant. 1 striker in, 3 out. We've got to get more.
3 what out? 3 strikers out?
3 players out. I think he's on about.
No, but they've gone.
Triumph has gone on loan.
Yeah. Paul Crampton says he'd be put on a private jet. That player we were on about. So I don't know if they've got it. Well, they'll still have to go through customs and stuff, won't they?
Yeah, they will.
No, you don't know this day and age.
Kevin Smith says Wilson good on the ball. Well, he was on the movie. He's on about the movie Castaway. If you've seen that, we all have.
Wilson. I haven't.
Jack Reed says a striker. We need more and squad depth. Do you think we need more squad depth? I mean, Marco mentioned this last night as well.
Without a doubt. Especially if we're letting squad players go like the Ekwa. Where's this new midfield player that was signing?
Is that a mistake, letting Ekwa go, do you think?
Well, it is. We didn't replace him.
It is a strange one, that. Rosie Laws, hello, says, I just saw the thing, what you was saying. I have just seen it on Twitter, apparently, according to The Athletic. This is about that guy I've just mentioned from Belgrade.
Well, there's an out on the Sunderland banter page, and they're right up to date.
Aye, I know. Hey, but this guy, Brett Sports, he's on the ball, mind.
Is he?
Oh, he's on the ball, Brett Sports, I call him.
Okay.
Connor Andrea Fofana, I don't know what he's on about. That Just Ray says, hey, Cabbie, Dave and Jacob. I've said it since window opened. We won't get a striker in, and tomorrow KLD and Speakman will say they'd run out of time. I want to know where the £10 million has gone for Clark. I don't think they're going to be that stupid and not get strikers in. They can't.
Well,
no.
Cabbie, that striker that we're after from Leon. Supposed to be coming. Gift Auburn or somebody.
That's right.
And now he's in the squad.
He's just come on from Leon and scored after 2 minutes.
Really?
So he's not coming, is he? He's just scored 2 minutes ago. Well, just come up on the banter page.
That has just answered that question, hasn't it, Davey? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Never in for him, whether.
Yeah, and my mate Peter Wynn, how you doing, mate? Where they own a bed and breakfast in South Shields. He's just told us about that story as well about Sheriff and Di. So that's one to maybe keep an eye out in the background this next hour and 35 minutes. Wilson will be on the bench tomorrow, says your friend Colin Major.
Yeah, he will be.
Aye. Kevin Boys, if you three were on the board, we would be bankrupt in a season. Says Kevin. Dear me. Mark Nesbitt, he says, breaking news, been confirmed we've signed the tea lady from Chelsea on an undisclosed fee. I don't think we'd even pay that, would we? That was the best comment from Davey about the dinghies, says Ken Walton, the member of the channel.
Right.
Aye, it is right, isn't it?
I only tell the truth, Cabbie.
Colin Major, Stuart, Davey and Jacob, the three amigos.
Aye.
The three amigos.
The three Mackem Musketeers.
Come on, Colin. Come on, Colin.
Come on, Colin. Get on, man.
Get your ass on here, man, and join us. That could be a good new name for the channel, couldn't it? The three Mackem Musketeers.
Well, Colin comes on, isn't it?
The Mackem Musketeers, that'd be funny.
Hey, God.
I'm not Dogtanian.
Well, we're all mourning, but what about Newcastle? Newcastle haven't got anyone in. Scumbags, have they? And yet they're supposed to, big money boys.
Yeah,
we all moan about KLD, but what about the Newcastle owners? What about them?
They'll be getting it.
Well, I mean, they're hampered, aren't they, by the what limit they can spend? That's what they're trying to say. Dougie Stewart says, sorry, Jacob, what were you going to say, mate?
I was going to say they'll just do the same every season and not win a trophy. Newcastle. The cabinet's the trophy cabinet's just going to be more dusty, isn't it? At Newcastle, more cobwebs.
Well, that's why all the fans get issued forks at the beginning of the season, because Tatties will be the only thing they'll be able to lift at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I thought they just won the Carabao Cup, haven't they, last week? There was celebrating in front of the fans. I thought they'd won it.
Did you see the team photo in the dressing room, man? Because they beat the second string squad on penalties.
Only silverware Newcastle get is fucking tinfoil. That's all they'll get. Newcastle tinfoil. That's their silverware.
Oh dear! And they had practically a full strength squad taking them penalties and all.
They're not going to win it though, are they? Newcastle Carabao Cup. It's going to be Arsenal or Man United or.
They'll win the next round. It's always like that. They'll win the next round against.
Against Wimbledon, yeah, tennis team. It's all tennis players playing for AFC Wimbledon, isn't it?
What do you think of the draw carry on? I know it's deadline day, but just for a second, what do you think of the draw carry on of the Carabao Cup? Apparently, the teams in Europe are not allowed to enter the seeded or something. Bit mad, isn't it?
Well, it's just typical, isn't it?
Hi, darling.
Keep the top six.
What, darling?
No, but David, Newcastle have not won a trophy since 1955.
I know.
1955. And for us, 1973. So ours is more recent, but they give us a lot more stick. That just doesn't make sense to me. Really don't.
Stephen...
Jacob, When was the last time Newcastle won the league?
When my granddad had hair, probably, or something like that.
No, your granddad's granddad.
Great granddad. 1920. So is that 1925? Is that, I think.
Something like that, 1925, 26, one of them seasons. It's 20s, the last time they won the league.
Oh, and look at them now. And they like to give it all that, don't they? All lip at Sunderland. But yet, look at them.
So back on the chat, there's loads of messages. They're flying in here. We've now got 86 watching.
Yeah.
Sunderland's the sixth top club in the country for winning the league.
Yeah,
that's right.
6 league titles.
Won it 6 times.
But that was way before we were all born. That was like Victorian times, wasn't it?
Victorian times, aye.
Yeah.
So we had
back when children were working in the factories.
That's when we had
Charles.
That's when we had Charlie Charles on the wing, wasn't it? One of the Charles brothers.
Yeah.
So it was like running down the wing with pipes in the hand. Stevie.
Triantis has gone to Hibs.
Say that again, Davey.
Triantis has gone to Hibs.
Triantis has gone to Hibs.
There's another one out. So there's more going out than coming in.
Triantis. That could be a good sign, though. The fact, like, he's there could be more coming in if there's more gone out.
Bloody hell, where's these football? That way, man.
An hour and a half left. What's going on? Stevie M68 says Danny Ings loan, 20 grand a week over 10 months is only 800 grand. Guaranteed goals and experience added. Kevin Ware says we need a striker as good as Davey was in his school days.
Aye.
Oh, class. Kevin Smith, if Brighton willing to pay 2 million for Watson, should he not be getting the odd 15 to 20 mins end of game? Kevin Boy says we definitely need another centre back.
Signing one this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, BBC Sport actually put the headlines up there that the fact that guy from Bournemouth, isn't it, on a season loan, not with no option to buy.
No.
What was his name again? What was he called?
Metfin.
That's it. Not Charlie Metfin.
Not Charlie, though.
Not Charlie Metfin, no. No one salmon pants,
Pants.
No way.
Salmon pants, no.
Kenneth Brown says, what worries me, mate, is when we get 2 or 3 injuries in important places. We don't have depth in these places. Now, this is what we were saying before. It's like...
because we've let Fowler gone.
Well, who's going to do Ekwa's job and things like that then if they're not bringing anybody in? And it's just I don't know. It could get very messy, this, couldn't it?
Oh.
Malsaw Sunderland, hello, how you doing? We have not spent a penny. SCFC Tom says 89 and 49 likes. Let's get to 100 likes before 10 p.m. Cheers, SCFC Tom. Thanks, mate. Mike Cassip, aren't Manchester United sending a striker again on loan to Wyreside? Ekwa gone and we're keeping Bar. Now that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, just trying to get. There's loads of these messages coming in, which is good. We've now got 90 people tuning in, 90 people watching on the deadline day. Thanks everybody.
Cabbie.
Aye.
If one of them centre midfield players gets injured in the early minutes tomorrow, who's going to come off the bench to play in centre midfield? I can't think of one.
Well, there we go. But if we know this, then surely KLD and our lemons.
They must have some central midfielders coming in. There's got to be.
Well, of course.
Otherwise, we haven't even got one on the bench.
Yeah, I know.
There's only Echo, I want that.
And if you've seen our second string squad, God help us. Do you know what I mean? Oh, freaking Nora. Gary Hoyle, hello. How are you doing? This is... It all lays at Speakman's door. Never ever proactive until it's too late. Every man and his dog knows what our club needs. Why no urgency? It's a joke. It's the same old, same old. Is it the same world? I mean, we don't know though. We don't know. David Jackson says, "Evening, Cabbie lads, everybody. How you doing, David? Welcome along." And Mackem says that Pape, Sheriff, and Dye has played 3 games this season and scored 4 goals.
Get him on the dinghy.
Hi. SCFC Tom says, Davey, no need to
What?
race it. So is the next player to come in if you know. So no, I don't think any of us know, Tom. Who's the who is coming in? I mean, as far as we know, I mean, they could have players in there now we didn't know out about. But usually you've got the little spies all around the Academy of Light, haven't you, when the lights are on and that, because that's where they're gone in. Yeah, GSC. Oh, wait a minute. Rosie Laws. I think if we sign anyone, it'll be the last minute.
He's just scored a game for Leon. 4-3 to win.
That's mad.
Oh my God, yeah.
My mate Brett Sports says Samed incoming. Samed.
That's the midfield there. Midfield.
Yes.
Ghanaian.
Yeah,
From Ghana.
Samed's incoming.
Well, that was this afternoon.
I know. DXing TV. Good morning from Australia. SCFC Tim says boats are a little harsh, Davey. Jim Nesbitt. If Alexic signs, we'll see a Milan in Sunderland. Well, we will, but that's just fortunately the name, isn't it? Some teacher had a dream, says Jack Reed. Mackem news on just heard the news about Sheriff and Dye are not true. People claiming the Athletic mentioned it, but they said it's not true.
God's sake,
Jack Shaw says Chris Meptham should sign now. So I reckon if there's going to be any player mentioned, first of all, with a scarf above his head, it's the loan player. Yeah, Kevin Smith. That's a good signing if true, Jack. Is that loan a permanent? No, it is just a loan only for Chris Methven. There's no obligation to buy anywhere.
Better than Note though, isn't it? If you're getting a few loanees as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's something, I guess, isn't it? But
centre midfield possible and a centre back and striker, says Jack Reed. Richard Stedman, how are you doing, mate? Evening, Cabbie, Dave, and Jacob. Have we signed a new defender? Have we signed a new defender? Trying to catch up. I've said for ages we need another in because Ballard and Alessi get injured quite a bit. Well, yeah. This is this guy coming in from Bournemouth, this Chris Meptham, which we're expecting for them to probably be our first signing announced. Stephen Brewis, welcome. It says Will Grigg has had to get out of bed again. No, thank you. Kevin Boys, nope, not been confirmed, Richard, as of yet. Defoe is nailed on. Getting Defoe again, says John Murray. Mike Cassab, the Sunderland tea lady will be substitute for Ekwar Davey.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
But what does that say when our own Sunderland fans are mocking ourselves? Do you know what I mean? It's like... SCFC Tom says, and we've caught up with the messages, if players have come in, they would have picks took hours ago. Remember last time when we signed players, but scarf picks were took during the day. And Dougie says, if we don't get a striker in, can't wait till Davey's weekly chat-in with Marco.
Right. Marco will not be happy, will he?
He bloody won't be. Oh... Come on, lads.
I mean, we've been in all week. We need at least 2 strikers in, and at the minute we've got none in. It just defies belief.
Kevin Boyce, Danny Graham, and Josie Altador, dream team up top.
I'd settle for that at the minute.
Yeah, it's just been confirmed now. Apparently, about Nectar Triantis has completed a deadline day move to Hibernian. What do you think about that one then? Do you think that's a clear move?
Well, it's a strange one because he's better than that Helder, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can't understand him, can I? Because and he can play in centre midfield.
True.
Yeah.
If we must have midfield players coming in, must they?
It's not a long journey, though, is it? Sunderland to Edinburgh, where Triantis is going, is it? You can understand why some of our players go to Scotland.
Yeah, it's...
Away, man.
Just getting me thingies up here. Yeah, they're not going to be so stupid and not bother getting anyone in there. They won't risk it. They just simply won't risk it.
Confirm Roko Simic has signed for Cardiff. Yeah.
102 now watching. 102. Thanks everybody. That's a good show. And I've never done a Friday night really so that's not bad at all. Got some more messages coming in. Jack Reed, Super Kenwin Jones. I think he's a bit past it now, isn't he? David Jackson, Ross Stewart, and Madger. Well, Madger's actually happily banging the goals in at West Brom, isn't he? Kevin Boyd says, "I take that, David." Mike Cassip, Luton Town 1, QPR 2. Luton's having a shocking start. Aye. Kevin Ware says, 3 of you talking about not getting someone in, but who would you want to see us sign? There's a question for you two. Who would you want to see us sign?
It won't happen, but I wish we'd sign Morgan Whittaker.
Sign anybody?
I'd go for Morgan Whittaker, play him on the left wing. I know he's a natural right winger, but he can still go on the left wing and put in a good game.
Not pay the wages, Jacob, man.
Yeah, someone's got to change. Do you think that's where KLD and Speakman are they're going to try and just not to spend anything and they're just going to go on loans all the time?
I don't know, like just everybody's gone out, everybody's leaving, but nobody's coming in unless they're just going to announce them all the last hour. This is worrying. This, like,
I mean, there has been times in the past where the Sunderland players have held the scarves up, but we've not seen that until the next day. We've seen that until the morning. So just because it's gone past 11 o'clock and we've heard now doesn't mean to say the fact they haven't signed anyone. They could have signed 3 or 4, but they've not announced it. They have done that in the past. So you wake up in the morning, rub sleep from your eyes, and you'll see a page full of new signings from Sunderland AFC.
Oh, God.
You're sounding worried, Dave.
Only fools rush in, David.
We must be going to have a bunch of kids on the bench tomorrow because everybody that was on the bench on Saturday gone there. They've gone.
Kevin Boyd says, I would sign Aaron Connolly. He's free and available and experienced. Mark Nesbitt, Raheem Sterling is up for a loan.
Oh, yeah. 350 grand a week.
That's exactly. Tony Huntington, hello mate, says Triantis has gone. Should have held on while we have injuries.
Definitely.
Jack Reed says,
so must be definite.
I reckon it is an ally. Jack Reed says, I am as worried as Davey Cabbie. Kevin Boyce says, Lucas Joe also free. I don't know. It seems to be quiet quite about on social media, like, but it sounds daft, but it's early days and transfer deadline day, isn't it?
No one after gone.
Aye. Aren't there allowed an hour for the paperwork to get done or something after 11 o'clock?
Something, aye.
Are you seeing anything happening, Davey? Like, have you got anything on Jacob?
No.
The latest was signed on. Every time somebody gone, Speakman comes on with a thing.
Christian Speakman said Nectar Triantis thoroughly enjoyed his time at Hibernian last season and had played an important role in his continued development. Upon returning to Easter Road, his challenge is now to become a leading player in their team. It will be entering a familiar environment, and we hope this will allow him to maintain a high level of performance throughout the season ahead of a return to Sunderland next summer to challenge for a place in our team.
Fucking hell. and they're hoping to get promoted into the Premier League.
I don't know.
We're waiting the train that's coming back in the summer. Way high, man.
Yeah, there's usually loads of posts flooding in and stuff, but
nothing about any incomings. Nothing.
This could be the calm before the storm, couldn't it?
I hope so.
What else is going on in the chat? Carrag Murphy, hello. Can always recall loan players. That could be an option, couldn't it?
No, you
can't. To buy, yeah. Some of the ones we're getting are option to. Well, might be getting an option to buy, so you never know.
Gary, hello, says bar that centre half. Do you think anyone else coming in, or they're holding off to announce him because they're bringing no one in? Nah, they won't dare not bring anybody in. They just won't. Remember the statement they said? We've learned from our mistakes. Speaking and co.
This is the next hour and a half's a massive tester for them, man.
Michael Marshall says no one is coming in. I hope so. I hope not. Mark Nesbitt, joking aside, lads, there isn't any ambition at the top. Is that a bit harsh? Do you think there's any ambition at the top? Or, I mean, you've said it many times on Radio Newcastle, Davey. Ivy Towers.
No, I definitely. You just didn't get to know what's going on, man, dear.
Peter Harvey says, evening, guys. Shanklin, a very good striker. Sunderland DFC, EastEnders to be continued. Kevin says, Kevin Boys, can only recall if it's in the loan contract.
No. If the season-long loans, it's a season-long loan. Simple as that.
Aye. This is their final roll of the dice, says Jack Reid.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe there's no coming in here. It's got to be, man.
Are you panicking there, Jacob? Like,
not necessarily, because what you said. If all gets announced, it'll be when the next day, won't it?
Oh, there's one just come up.
All
David Datro Fafana could be a late mover for Sunderland, willing to move into the Ivory Coast International.
What's this on, Davey?
On Sunderland Banter. See it? Just come on.
Let's have a look at this then, Davey. Alright, well done, Davey. Alright. Chelsea striker David Datro Fafana could be a late mover with Sunderland, willing to move for the Irish Coast International. He has not been easy for players to leave Chelsea. Has not been easy for players to leave Chelsea today, and the clock is ticking on a loan being completed. Are we focusing too much on loans, though, lads?
Well,
is this the only way we're going to get strikers in? Loans, no other way apart from loans.
Yeah, it looks that way. But I'd rather have a loan in than anybody, especially from the Premier League. What the hell, you think Chelsea would be shifting some players out, wouldn't you?
Paul Crampton, is that the Chelsea striker? Yes, apparently.
They must have about 50 players then.
Too many, that's why they were struggling, wasn't it?
Yeah, they have. It's mad. Are you not limited how many squad numbers you can have?
Well, you can only have 25. You've got to put 25 up. Like we've got next week, you've got to put your 25 squad up.
We're going to be short, aren't we?
Short, you bugger. But we are.
Dear me. Kevin Boy says, unpopular, but I rather this than what we used to be. Just buying shite, expensive contracts and running into loads of debt. No one wants another Jack Rodwell or Cornier. Well, we certainly don't want any Corniers, do we, or Jack Rodwells? Jack Reid, I'm no surely we spend some of Clark's money. It's sitting there, isn't it?
All right.
Jim Nesbitt, we're top of the league and done okay with my ender. We've got Wilson Isidore, and at least we've definitely got him. Oh, I'm not panicking yet, though. Still an hour and 20 minutes left. Why not?
It's been open a month. You know what I mean, man? I wear Cabbie, man.
When was it with signed Ross Stewart? How long ago was that?
January 21. We got him in January 21.
January 21.
Mm-hmm.
And we've yet to replace a Ross Stewart from January 21. That's how long it's been.
That's the last time we bought a striker.
That's embarrassing.
You
were quick off the mark there, Jacob, lad.
Oh, but yeah, never lose faith, though. That's what I always do with Sunderland. Never lose faith.
How's Charlie White getting on anyway, Cabbie?
Charlie White. Well, Carlisle's having an absolute dreadful start of the season. I think they've lost 3-1-1. Something that the fans have gone off it because they want to go for top 3 this season. They've got rich owners, Americans, but so far it's not off to a good start. Been very quiet, Charlie White. Very quiet.
I thought you would have been a revelation in that league.
There's still time. We just don't know exactly what's going on. Jim Nesbitt, I've already said that. Mackem says, someone said Fofana was going to Germany, though nothing has been said about him, and the German window closes hours ago.
All right.
Jim Nesbitt says, let's just wait and see who we end up with, man.
If we did end up with anybody.
Tick tock, you don't stop. 21, nearly quarter to 10. Not be long till they're showing the Big Ben chimes, not for New Year, but that's the end of the transfer window.
Oh my God.
Mark Nesbitt says, more loans than Barclays. Hey, if it carries us into the Premier League, are you bothered? Are you bothered? Gary says, we have been linked with him from Chelsea this morning. Then he was apparently going to Germany. Yeah. I know. Dougie Stewart says, we know what happened with Burstow last season from Chelsea. We can't get another Burstow, can we? Christ, that way. There's no way.
Nobody can get as bad as him.
Yes, Summer?
He's at home.
What, darling? What? You cold? We'll get Mummy to put a blanket on you. What? What? What you watching? Oh, you watching the telly? It's just my daughter wanting a bit of attention, bless her.
She's cold, that's what you get for living in Scotland.
It's a class as a heat wave up here. Massive temperature, about 14 degrees today.
Maybe put her as a striker, Cabbie. She could score for us.
The good eye. The frogs are jumping on the barbecue for a warm. Just Ray, Cabbie, KLD. How are you doing, Just Ray? Cabbie, KLD Speakman said they had learned their lessons from past transfer dealings and they were going to do their business early this time.
Right, way aye. And now what again?
Do you know, it's just the terrifying silence we've had. You know, days and days and days and days and days leading up to transfer deadline day. Absolutely nothing. When was the last time we heard something from KLD for a start off?
Well, nothing.
Brett Sports says signings are happening.
Who says that?
Brett Sports, a good friend of mine. Signings happening. He's been keeping in touch with me all day today. We're just info upon info, and he's never stopped. He has never stopped. Yeah, Peter Harvey says, as far as I know, Wilson Isidore is a striker. Correct me if I'm wrong. Peter Harvey says, the problem with Sunderland AFC is injuries. We need backup. And Davey and Jacob mentioned this at the beginning of the programme.
Yeah, man.
You know, we're weak as piss, man. When we get injuries, and I know you mentioned before, Davey, the fact like, well, every team in the Championship has to also go through injuries and playing the fringe players. What's the difference between Sunderland's fringe players? Are they the worst fringe players in the league?
We've just loaned out our fringe players.
I know. Tony Emerson, hello Tony, how you doing? He says, it will be a miracle if we sign a striker at this late stage. Hey, this is what deadline day is all about, isn't it? We'll get Mendy holding the scarf up in half an hour. Yeah, watch. Dear. How were the lads, says Jack Reed. Every player is a striker at Sunderland FC, says Mike Cassip. Jack Reed says we could have a good season if we add a few players to this team's Cabbie. Well, I said that before. He says, you know, what better start can we have for the market? Sunderland at the top of the league in the Championship. Surely that's got to go a long way of attracting players, you would think, wouldn't you? I know it's only 3 games gone, but 3 wins out of 3, we haven't let a goal in. You would think that's going to be at our advantage, wouldn't you? Kevin Ware says, no wrong with living in Scotland, he says. Especially haggis, I love it. Not as good as me liver and onion pizza and pig's trotters, mind. I've got 114 now watching. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Billy GW, no forward coming in tonight. 2 midfielders and Meppen centre half because Alessi is crocked. We've got to have a forwards coming in. We've got to. It's as simple as that. They cannot go through this deadline day without bringing strikers in. Or do you think they're going to, because of the players that's banging the goals in so far this season, do you think they're going to turn around and say, well, it's good enough what we've got?
No. What if Meander gets injured tomorrow?
Well, it can happen, can't it?
Of course it can.
Things never gone right at Portsmouth, did they?
No.
But you're right, it just takes that fraction of a second for a Luke O'Nien to go down, pop his knee out or something like that. I mean, how long's Huggins been out for now? Hell of a player.
Aye. Back in January, apparently.
Aye.
Hey, sit here. Did you watch the Newcastle match of the night?
I did, and the penalties, yeah.
You see the referee?
Aye.
That's who we've got tomorrow.
Oh, God's sake! Did you see a Nottingham Forest fan doing the knitting in the crowd?
No.
The camera's panned in on this Nottingham Forest fan. This last doing knitting in the stands.
God.
Brett Sports says Meffam has been confirmed.
We're not on here.
Is there any more updates on the news and banter page, Dave? Is out coming up through there?
No, since that Chelsea one.
I think Meffam's just about signed, sealed and delivered in it. I mean, the BBC announced it.
Let's see. So note on SAFC. Oh, hold on. No. Note on SAFC.
No, just 8 minutes ago, that last one.
SAFC, last time it was on was the bloody 23rd of August. It's a joke, that website, isn't it?
Oh, I don't like the way they've done it. It's just a bloody mess, man.
But it's never up to date, man.
No. Just Ray says, last time we heard from KLD was to announce we were laying a new pitch for all the other clubs and have a nice pitch to play on, since we don't have a squad to play on it. As Brian Clough used to say, we've got a great team on paper. It's just a shame we play on grass.
Right.
You having that one, Jacob?
Yeah.
Oh dear me. Got a cover, didn't even smoke. David Jackson, us clutch at straws as usual. Are you still panicking, Jacob? Are you optimistic? What are you thinking?
In the middle.
He's in the middle.
A bit on the
When's
fence.
Jacob going to tip the one way or the other?
Have you seen any news, anything on any socials, Jacob? Have you got Sky Sports News on?
No, I've seen the Chelsea player though.
You've seen the Chelsea
You know
player?
that, but the rumours about him, yeah.
Yeah. James Watson says, come on a striker. Player don't want to come anymore. Feels like that since Moggy got sacked. David Jackson, the board. Tony Emerson. And me and Gus say we need a miracle. Well, there's nearly an hour left. And do you know, I've never seen the social media so quiet.
No. God.
Yeah, Jack Reeds just says, got Sky Sports on, but nothing about us, FTM.
See what I mean?
I mean, someone says before that the Stadium of Light, the SOL, Academy of Light, there's no lights on. So there's like nothing happening there, but take that with a pinch of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
What's this? Someone's just posted R.I.P. Luke 09. I don't know what that means. Apparently, a coloured person's been spotted at the Academy of Light and Sleepy Board Games that says Meffin isn't coloured. We know that for sure.
No.
But it could be the
Midfield player.
It could be the security guard, couldn't it?
Well, yeah, it could be out.
The jump to conclusions, you know. I mean, they're not daft, you know. Because ever since we Philly sort of sneaked in to the AOL, and he got Jermaine Defoe. He interviewed Jermaine Defoe, and he got photographs sneaked into the window. They've not half tightened the grip, you know. The Academy of Light for giving out away. That was funny. That did you see that, Davey? When
Yeah.
You seen it, Jacob, didn't you?
Yeah. I was watching it at the time when it was streaming. I was really, I was like, oh, when he said it's Jermaine Defoe, it's not Jermaine Defoe, and when he were running off, I was like, oh, bollocks. But then when he got Jermaine in the car, I was like, oh, I was so happy at the time.
I know, and it was such an anticlimax. It ended up though, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fan, Jim Nesbitt says that fan was Croatian, not knitting.
No.
Jamie Trample says we are hoping for a player for Nout, penny pinching as usual. Mackerman says if we don't sign a striker tonight, it's a dead cert Meander will get injured tomorrow. Well, we've said this all along. I mean, they're a gritty, dirty team, Portsmouth. You know, they'll be gone for broken bones, won't they? For Sunderland. Mm-hmm. Gary Hall says Davey is stressing too much. We've been there so many times before. It's no good worrying. So there we go, Davey. You got to stop worrying.
Stop worrying. Hold on.
Only fools rush in, David.
Yeah, only fools rush in.
Been out on for 16 minutes.
That's bad, that like. Do you know, are you surprised Radio Newcastle's doesn't do a transfer deadline day show or something like that?
Not really. No.
I love the phone-in show. Like, it just sometimes it takes an age before they even get a first caller on.
You know, last 2 nights it's been after 7 o'clock.
You know. You think of the thousands and thousands in the northeast. It's not giving many people a chance, is it?
Yeah.
But I do love the show. I think they're great. They're great guys. It's a cracking show. We're lucky we've got it, really.
Aye.
Peter Harvey says, I think we'll be in for Fofana as loan. Wait until Sun and Scarf is around the neck. There'll be something round KLD's neck if it doesn't. Only joking, KLD, if you are watching. We love you, really. Jack Reed finds that funny. Kev Atkinson, if we don't sign a striker, where do you see us? Eh?
That's me son.
Oh, your son?
Aye.
Oh, is Jack Reed your son?
No, Kev Atkinson
Oh,
is.
Kev Atkinson.
Aye.
Ah. Kev Atkinson, how are you doing? Yeah, oh yeah. He posted something up ages ago.
I spoke to you before, aye.
Aye, did I?
I've just been talking to him the night. He said he was going to put some posts on.
Oh, have you? Is he doing all right?
Aye. He lives up your way, Scotland.
Oh, does he?
Aye, Glasgow.
That's not too far away. Has he got a family in that?
Aye, he's on his own though now. He's got kids, but he's not with his wife.
I was going to read the comments here. So that coloured guy was only putting the bins out, says Liam, the AOL.
Oh my God, where? Nope.
Can you hear them tumbleweeds? Yeah, apparently Meathan's supposed to be at the AOL getting photos done, but it's the strikers we're wanting it. That's the big ones we're waiting for, man.
And now to go. Where, man?
And now it again. This is just as exciting as counting down for New Year's Eve, isn't it? We're going to do Old Lang Syne at the end. James Watson, has a Range Rover arrived at AOL with reg plates saying Harlan yet? Dear me.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, right. I think we're definitely smoking classical gas thinking that's going to happen.
Hey, Cabbie.
Hello.
Even though O'Malley's sick of waiting. He's had enough waiting for a striker, hasn't you, son?
Hello, Marley, son. How are you doing? He's not impressed.
Marley.
Are you not son?
Marley, what do you think? Marley, what do you think of Newcastle?
Right.
He's just had a shite on the sofa. Oh, dear. Harry Turner, hello, mate. Says it's getting desperate with nothing in yet. Davey, anybody? There's got to be some updates on the news and banter page, hasn't there?
Nothing. 20 minutes ago about that Chelsea striker has been nothing since, apart from Leon won 4-3 and Gift Orban scored 2.
Oh, dear. Les Eccles, hello. He says, can't see what people are whining on about. We're top of the league, man. Keep the faith.
Oh, man.
Think we be there regardless, FTM.
Didn't buy all that, like.
Somebody says to me the day Plymouth Argyle were once top of the league in the Championship.
We're not top of the league, and we didn't get a striker, I tell you.
But it's true, isn't it? Plymouth Argyle were top of the league in the Championship when they first came up for the first few weeks. Yeah, Jack Reed, just over an hour left. Liam says they wouldn't have out to talk about by the look of things. Isidore is the summer striker. There's got to be more than that. I don't care what anybody says. Jack Dillon sings, we need strikers. We've been crying out since 2021. Harry Turner, you would expect deals to be done by now with the club saying they learnt the lesson the last 2 seasons, and Jack Reed's laughing. David Fofana, Chelsea, is that loan deal? Apparently so.
Well, there's been no follow-up of it. There's never been another comment, 22 minutes on it.
Hey, Just Ray says, hey, Cabbie, I've got a reg plate. SE11EZE. Can we afford him?
God, man, no way.
This is it. The Sunderland fans, they're all joking amongst themselves. It's like they're taking the mick out of our own club because I think they're just that frustrated. Cheers for everybody interacting on the chat tonight, mind. It's class. There's loads happening. Let's see what's going on. Just trying to browse social media. And don't forget, anybody's new, just hit that subscribe button. Thank you. You'll be on my Christmas card list if you are. Let's jump into social media, see what's going on. My Brett Sport Games, Brett Sports. Well, he says, yeah, Mackem confirmed he's not renewed anything in the last few minutes. I think they're just busy doing the paperwork, aren't they?
Well, you'd like to think so, but it's getting worrying now. Like,
the only update from news and banter pages is Leon 4, Strasbourg 3, with Giff Orban coming and scoring 2 goals in the second half. But that's totally pointless, isn't it? Because he's now to deal with us.
No, he'll not be signing.
Giff Orban, I mean, why we're posting about him? Why we're saying he scored another 2 goals? It's like,
rubbing salt in it.
Yeah, someone's just said, Andrew Palmer's just said, who cares? Why post this? He's not even coming. Theodore Topolopoulos has just scored for the Deodora League in Tasmania. We're not mentioning him. He's still got time after the match to get a jet and fly out to the UOL.
Man, no way.
Do you know what they'll do? No. They could get a helicopter and they could do the SES, drop one of them lines straight into the EOL.
Yeah, way, man, this is horrendous. This
is the quietest I've known. I've just got visions of Stuart Donald rocking backwards and forwards with his pen in his mouth, waiting for the deal to come through with Will Grigg. Do you know what I mean? I don't even think there's anything going on Sky Sports News. Some more stuff on the chat. Peter Harvey. Bennett can be used as a striker. He's better than Rusin. Are we being cruel on Rusin?
You not score your goals, though?
No.
Liam, not spending the Clark money then, or did it all go on fancy lights and speakers? I don't know. Harry Turner, we are, mate. Speakman saying to the fan base they've learnt the lesson, and it's not the case. There's still time. James Watson says, what time does paperwork have to be submitted for? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Is it 24 hours you're allowed the paperwork to come through? I don't know if anybody on the chat actually knows that, but you are allowed more time if the paperwork's halfway getting done and Big Ben does his chimes. Hemier going out means we are now weaker in the forward positions than we were this morning. You couldn't make this up, he says.
No.
Get the vodka out. Oh, dear me. Colin Meir just says, that last knitting, was she knitting a trophy for the scum because it's the only one they'll get? Ian Curry, hello, mate. Moderator of the channel, he says, well, lads, have we signed anyone? He's just popped in. Do you know what? There's been absolutely bugger all confirmed. Zilch. Plenty ifs and buts. Steve M68 says, so much stress, so much worry. 5 in tomorrow released, I hope, because We let a fair few move out. Great watch, guys. You well? Thanks, Steve. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, mate. Harry Turner is not at all, mate. Mercy, hello, Mercy. Are we going to get a striker? Of course we are. 1 minute past midnight, Ian Curry says that's what they're allowed for the paperwork. So it's 1 minute past midnight they've got until the paperwork gets sorted. Jack Reed, looks like we're getting Dave the Raven on a free. He probably do better at the minute. Paul Wilson, you got an extension of 2 hours to get the deals done.
Paul.
How are you doing, Paul? I don't know if it's the Paul Wilson.
Ridiculous. Teams like Plymouth and Stoke can do better than what we are doing in the transfer window. Embarrassing.
Yeah, that's just weird. That's weird.
Not acceptable, though, is it?
No.
Just scrolling along now.
Small hands, big pockets. It looks like.
Just trying to go on some more social medias. It's all going to kick off at some point. Hear that terrifying silence, man. Col Pemberton, soon as Metienda pinged one in, I knew there would be no striker signing, and a few people have said that. Soon as Metienda started scoring goals, the hierarchy said, "Wait, we don't need strikers, lads. What's going on? We're all right here." They wouldn't be that stupid, would they? Arthur Smith says, what paperwork are you decorating like? Only paperwork we doing. There's wallpaper. Good job, I can laugh. Ian Curry, well, that Simic ended up at Cardiff, for God's sake. Yeah, and they're actually putting him straight out on loan, you know.
Right.
Tony Emerson, wish they would hurry up. I've got no digestives left. Come on, we're talking about digestive biscuits. We should be reading headlines about what this striker's just signed. We should be showing a picture of a Sunderland scarf above his head and talking about this new player we've got. But we're not. 50 minutes and counting.
God love me.
James Watson, thanks. Waiting to see Will Grigg with shirt on.
Just going to get some crisps. 1 minute.
I get me some, Jacob. Would Boardhead be worth a shot? Jack Reed says, worrying that not one player has been confirmed yet. Mark Nesbitt says, no news is good news. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
The only striker we'll be getting is Swan Vesta at this rate, says Colin Major. It's just been announced we've signed 2 players from Villa, Dandelion and Burdock.
Right.
Come on, Dave, you can crack a smile.
Hey, there's no on you now, not a thing.
Nah, didn't KLD say money wasn't a problem. Dandelion and Burdock. Oh, do you know what? It's that mad we're laughing. It is. It's just that mad. It's Topsy T83. Hello, he says they have had been bringing loads in and announcing it last minute. There's far too many left without replacements for our liking. Honestly, didn't panic, lads and lasses. Apparently, at the AOL, it's not Mackem who's actually at the academy. The lad is coloured, and that's what Brett Sports is saying. Cheers for the updates, mate. Right, I'm going to go into news and banter page. They surely got to have updated some stuff now, like.
No, but they haven't.
No, not a
No.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Getting worrying now, son.
Mackem,
Nah.
I'm not worried about signing someone. Just hope one of them is a striker. Ian Curry says, "Come on, Davey, cheer up. Get your finger out your arse." And that's Ian Curry. I think we're all just getting a bit concerned. And Mackem says, "How crazy would it be if it was Mendy at the AOL?"
Aye.
Well, in this crazy world of football, you didn't know, do you?
No, you can't trust any newspapers, can you? Regardless, Guardian, Daily Mail, they're all full of it, aren't they? They're all rubbish.
Billy G.W. Meffin was seen at Carroll Road this afternoon. William Rufus says Freddie Mercury. Brian May Guitar Hero. Goodness knows. Jim Nesbitt, is there some collective amnesia about us signing the striker Wilson Isidore? This has got to be one of the quiet. Do you know the fact that there's been such a hype to this
Leading up to it and that.
leading up to it? Do you know what I mean?
Names mentioned all these names, haven't they?
Yeah. These more comments are saying Sunderland till I sleep. Some loan deal for the Scums in Teesside. Jacob says our transfers can go on till 1 o'clock in the morning. So if it does go, note on Sunderland official account. So we're going to announce everything all at once. Topsy T, it's funny news. Have you seen people have started interrupting the deadline day update interviews again using dildos as mics? I did see that on one of the Sky Sports reporters. It was a few years ago. It did make us chuckle. Jermaine Defoe's at the academy. Crikey. Yeah, they've just they're hyped up this transfer deadline day. I think it's going to be one of the busiest ones yet. And there's still nothing going on anywhere. Yeah, just more news about Pierre Ekwa vanishing. You seen anything, Davey?
No, I've got Sky Sports News on note. Raheem Sterling moved to Arsenal very close.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that permanent, Davey, or is that just a loan to what?
It doesn't
I
say.
thought we were going
on. Chelsea close to agreeing deal for Sancho.
Ian Carey says, who would want to sign anywhere for a $27.50 a week? Kev Atkinson says, Cabbie, do you know if there is any safe supporters clubs around Glasgow that meet up for games? SCFC. I'm not too sure. I'll have a look around. Like, I don't know. Everybody's just a bit fed up here, Kev, at the minute. Are we panicking? Are we now, Kev? Mackerman says someone just posted Fofana is a go. Let's hope so. It's a loan for Sterling, apparently, says Mark Nesbitt.
Billy Gilmore's gone to Napoli.
From Man U?
No, from Brighton, Billy Gilmore.
Oh, Billy, right. God, that's as quietest I've seen the news and banter page, you know.
Right. It's just stuck. Nothing. Note on Sky, you haven't even mentioned Sunderland.
No, they just massively focus on the Premier League, don't they? And they occasionally do a little snippet of the Championship and lower league teams. Still got 109 people watching in the chat. I'll waiting for breath. Believe me, we'll give you news as soon as we can hear summit. It is a loan for Sterling apparently. I don't know. How old Sterling anyway? He must be in his mid-30s, is he?
Raheem?
Oh.
Must be at least late 20s, wouldn't he? Early 30s at least.
I'm gonna put what Nick Barnes said on earlier while it's a little quiet until we hear something.
The tweet, which is where we first saw this afternoon, was Hermir going to Juventus. That took us back a bit and thought we were living in a parallel universe. But there is some truth to it. He is going to move to Juventus's next generation squad, who play in Serie C. It's a loan deal, not a permanent deal, because that's been reported in some places as being a permanent move. It's not. It's a loan deal with, though, an option for the possibility of a permanent move. So Hermir will move to effectively the under-21s for Juventus. So that's one move that is happening. That's one out. Another out is almost certain to be Pierre Ekwa, a loan deal with, again, an option to Saint-Etienne. And they've actually also agreed a significant loan fee, Sunderland, for Ekwa, his move to Saint-Etienne for the next season. So that's good. That's a good move all round. Also leaving will be Timothée Pembele to Le Havre. That's a straightforward loan.
Pembele
no
to
add-ons
Le
or
Havre,
anything like
Davey,
that. And it's expected as well that Nectar Triantis will leave on a loan deal at some point this evening as well. So there will be
banter page, and they've got on Sunderland are working hard into the night to make additions, right? Have a look at the picture that they've got on. It's off 3 years ago.
God's that's from the Sun and Echo, isn't it?
That's off 3 years ago, that picture. Bloody daylight.
Why are they using that?
To make you think that they're working hard.
Well, if you're gonna, and that's the picture they're on about. I don't know if you can see that. If I can get them, I won't click on the Sun and Echo website because I just get bombarded with friggin'.
It's pointless trying to read it, isn't it?
Brett Sports just says 3 Mercedes vans have just gone into the Academy of Light. They've been slagging me off. No, we've not been slagging you off on our channel, Brett Sports. It says you're a very reliable source. So 3 Mercedes vans have gone in. It's going to happen, man. Of course it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. Alan, Mackem, if we get papers in, you can go past deadline time, right? You can. Alan Gardner, warning lads. 28, I think, says Liam. Jonathan Mark, can I go to 1 AM if papers in? Norman Denning, hello. Speakman, go now. The only ability you have is how to pick up your big fat salary. The only thing you know about strikers is that they'll live in matchboxes. Matchboxes, I think you meant that. Alan Gardner, evening lads. Hello. Mark Nesbitt says he's 29. Billy G says Phil Smith at Echo says 20-year-old kid is only striker possible tonight. Nah. Can it be, man?
Yeah, no,
Is the only striker possible tonight? Can it be? Surely. Beetlejuice is Ian Curry. But of course, we can sign freebies, can't we? any time after the transfer deadline day.
Right. Free agents is available all the time, aye?
Aye, so that's another option that they could be looking at and all, isn't it? That's Domino's Pizzas apparently getting delivered to the AOL, or Just Eat. Or it could be vans with high court enforcement rates. Some good's got to come out of this, surely God. Mason Smith, hello, says they'll probably announce Meffin on loan and the Lens midfielder on loan at 11 o'clock for a dramatic effect.
Aye, well, yeah.
Tommy Emerson says, hope there's no immigrants in them vans. Hey, if they can play football, get them on the pitch. Well, coming on to 35 minutes to go. Have you enjoyed the show so far, Davey and Jacob, though?
Well, aye, well, that was no happening.
Aye.
Oh, it's going to put Nick Barnes back on early, what he was saying.
4 outs by the looks of things this evening. And there will hopefully be incomings. There are 3 that look very much like they may well be there or thereabouts. 2 of them we spoke about last night, and 1 that arose this morning. Salis Abdel Samad from RC Lens, the 24-year-old Ghanaian international midfielder. Not to be confused, if you do a search on a search engine, another Samad comes up with 3 names, but he plays in India. It's not that one. Slightly different spelling. So just in case anybody does get confused and starts thinking we've signed a 27-year-old from India, that's not the case. This will be Salis Abdel Samad from RC Lens. The 18-year-old Serb Milan Aleksic, we spoke about him, very, very promising young midfielder. And the one that was a bit of a surprise, bit off the wall this morning, was Chris Mepham on loan from Bournemouth. Straightforward loan again, because Sunderland, contrary to the thought that it might have been to be have arranged in the last 24 hours because of Aji Elise's injury, it's not necessarily the case. They had been looking to get cover in that area. They'd also been talking to Leicester in the possibility of signing Ben Nelson, but that didn't happen. And Chris Mepham came through, 26-year-old Welsh international, because they feel that they need more cover at the back. And of course, with Elise's injury, Ballard's injury previous to that, if anything else happens, it means they've got someone who can play at right back, centre back predominantly, so they've got defensive cover. Now, what everyone's talking about, of course, striker. They are still trying to sign one.
Yeah, Nick Barnes
Talks
is still on about
ongoing
strikers
with Ghent over the 20-year-old Nigerian Ahmed Abdullahi. That's one that surfaced today, and that is right. They are talking to Ghent about the possibility of signing him. They have got irons in other fires as well in a bid to get a striker in. They had made a bid of around 6 million for another player, but I think that one has fallen through. So they've got money to spend, but it's a case now of just trying to get the 1 or 2, if they can, through the door. Ahmed Abdullahi is very much at the front of their thoughts this evening. So I think, as you mentioned, looking at the evening ahead, there will be movement. There will be deals done in the next hour or 2, no doubt. We will start to see the evidence of that appearing on social media and the club website, when these deals are confirmed.
And via us if they are confirmed before 8 o'clock tonight. Lots to go through with former Sunderland captain Gary Bennett, who was sitting alongside you. Let's start with the expected departures.
Gary Bennett was on tonight, wasn't he?
You knew that Hemir was going to Juventus, didn't you?
Of course we did.
We all knew that.
That's a fantastic move for everybody, isn't it? Really.
Hey, are you? I mean, I know it's only a loan, as Barnesy says. Are you not particularly going to miss him? Was he not going to play a huge part for you? You don't think this season?
I think Colin, if you look at the pre-season, especially the last couple of games, he was on the bench and he was not used at all. So you look at him and he's way down the pecking order. So I think it's something which is going to be good for the player and the club as well, because he's going to go out there and hopefully get games under his belt, and he'll come back hopefully a new player.
I think it's a move as well. Sorry, Colin. Bearing in mind, he's struggled to settle when he moved from Portugal, for a number of reasons, cultural being one of them. I think this will suit his temperament as well, going to Italy, playing in that European environment again. He'll be a year older. Nothing happens in terms of the option on the deal.
Yeah, I can hear.
And hopefully have a little bit more maturity and have a little bit more experience, and Sunderland will get a much more rounded striker back from Juventus.
Pierre Ekwa, though, Benno, is someone who would have played some part. I know you talk about players falling down the pecking order, and he maybe wasn't going to be a regular starter, but with games that come thicker and faster in the Championship than they do in the Premier League, for example, he would have had a role to play. But if there is a significant loan fee that Nick's just mentioned, then is that one that is actually a good move all round as well?
That's an insult.
I think it is. I think you've got to look at the development of the young lad Chris Rigg as well, which has pushed him further down the pecking order. So I think he would have been at least, fourth or even fifth choice to get into that middle back into the team. So again, I think it suits everybody, especially when you're talking about the loan fee and maybe the fee at the end. I think it suits Ekwa and it suits the football club.
I want to ask you about Chris Mepham as well from Bournemouth, because we've had conversations for months, but years really now, about the model at Sunderland and signing young players and developing them and selling them on for a fee. And there's been the odd exception to that, but not very many. Alan Brown earlier in the summer was one of them. Chris Mepham is very much an exception to that as well, because he is a very established and 26-year-old player. So that do you view that as not just a good signing, but also a good sign?
It's a good signing, but I think, again, when we talk about the model, I think the model is something which everybody's, shall we say, starting to learn from. It's not just the players, it's the club, it's the director of football, it's everybody involved. And again, you looked at last season where where we fell away, especially when Corey Evans picked up an injury. Then you're looking around for that experience. We didn't have it. So you brought in the likes of Alan Brown, and you brought in Mepham again. So again, but the players are another year older, and I think we've seen that, especially in the first 3 games. You look at I look at the likes of Job. We forget that he's only 18. Yes. And that experience which he's had in the Championship last season, you look at his displays this season, and he's been a mature display. You look at Chris Rigg, he's only 17, but we're talking about development, and I think that's what they've taken on board. Dan Neil all of a sudden is the captain of the team. So you're looking at the players who, what we call young players last season, they've had that year or 2 years experience under their belt, and they're a little bit more mature now. We've brought in 1 or 2 experienced players, which, you look at the model, and they're thinking, we just need that, shall we say, tweaking. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're bringing a striker. And if you're bringing a striker, then you're thinking, we've got a little bit of strength in depth. And that's what we've seen, especially when we played Burnley. You look at the bench, the likes of Dan Ballard was on the bench. He couldn't squeeze back into the team. So all of a sudden, we've got competition for places.
Yeah, which is a great, we've said this before many, many times, it's a great dilemma and kind of headache for Régis Lebris to have. We'll come back to actual specific team selection that you've just touched on, Ben, in a minute or two. But Barnesy, you obviously spoke to Régis Lebris yesterday, and Romain Mundle was on everyone's lips before and after the Burnley game. Before, because we knew he would replace Jack Clarke. After, because of how well he played. You spoke to Lebris a bit more about him again.
Yes, and just briefly before we go on to that, and just mention that Job was picked for the England elite squad today, but I think that's the under-20s, isn't it? I think that's the new name for the
They've renamed
England
them and made them very difficult to work out.
Rename them, yeah. I'm not quite sure if it's the under-21s or under-20. I think it's the under-20s. But I mean, that's his progression anyway, because he'd been with the under-19s beforehand. Yes, Romain Mundle, Régis Lebris spoke about the fear that Mundle, being a relatively young and inexperienced winger, could be prone to dip in his performance following a good performance such as that against Burnley. And I wondered if he thinks he can raise his performance again at Portsmouth tomorrow.
I think he can. Now he needs to show, because it's hard to sustain, to maintain this level. he's still young. He needs consistency.
Yeah, and what we've just been listening to there, it's just from Radio Newcastle about Nick Barnes chatting what we could be doing, and then they're interviewing Speakman. Gary Bennett, he does talk a lot of sense. Mason Smith, we've been linked with David Datro for Farner from Chelsea in the last few minutes, but I just don't see it happening. Jeff Oleg says, making mugs of the Sunderland fans as usual. But Davey's going to give us an update soon. I know he is.
Yeah.
Hello.
News banter page. Feels like a lot of unveiling is coming. We know at least one was sorted this morning, so I think it's the end of the day flash update.
So there's just one more player to be... say that again. There's one more player to be announced, you say?
You know, it feels like there's going to be a lot of unveiling to come. He knows at least one was sorted this morning, which would be that centre half, I would think.
I would say so, Davey. Yeah, and has that just been an update on the news and banter page?
Yeah, news and banter just now.
Ah, cheers for that then. So there could be light at the end of this tunnel.
Huh.
Harry Turner says, this all stinks of desperation from the club to me. Mm-hmm. Licky hope it's not dyslexic, he'll never sign. Ahmed, is he... Oh, I can't say that word on here. Says Ian Curry. Jack Reed, 20-year-old don't sound too promising. Just another Hamir. Gary Hoyle, one of those vans at the Academy Light is for Speakman to take him to the docks. A freighter is leaving for the Baltic. These comments, man. Pastor Alex VPO says, hello, I got told to be interested in Mike Oxlong from Young Boys. Ian Curry says, what's happened to Semedo?
He's gone permanently, hasn't he, to Juventus?
Oh, loan.
He's gone on loan, Ian, to Juventus.
Are you sure it's on loan? Because I saw an update saying, oh, no, it's permanent.
No, it's loan. You're joking, aren't you?
Pastor Alex and a lad called Dougie from up north somewhere. Apparently he's gone missing behind some of the vans, apparently. Of course, that's my son, Pastor Alex, VPA. He's a good lad. He's a Carlisle fan. Born and bred here, of course. Just like his dad, mad as a hatter. That's the way I like it. Harry Turner off on loan deal, Ian. Jim Nesbitt says, Hamir might not have worked for us, but Juventus wouldn't be interested if there wasn't a player there. Good point, Davey. Jacob, about Hamir?
Best of luck.
Best of luck.
Turning into a player, you should be putting the lottery on.
Jack Reed says, got potential, just as young and struggles in the championship.
So let's hope they learn him how to run.
Aye. Well, Gary says, Jim Nesbitt, Hamir is absolutely shocking, man. He says, leave him at Juventus in the under-21s. All big clubs sign young players. They don't go nowhere. He will be in Sunday League in year 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Curry says, does anyone just get adverts on the Echo site? I just avoid it like the plague, the Echo site. It's just...
They want you to subscribe all the time.
Or subscribe, you get about 50 pop-ups coming up all the time, and you're trying to scroll to read the article, and then you have to... It's just so invasive. It's an absolute headache. Ian, Jim Nesbitt, Gary, they don't buy them if they think they are crap. So must see something there. Time will tell. Well, yeah, of course it will. I'm going to see on the news and banters page what the response is on that.
The broadband's broke at the AOL. They have reverted. I look to post the updates. This is out of hand, isn't it?
I think that's a bit of tongue, and I think the joking there, aren't they, Davey?
It's got to be. Fuck's sake.
I'm just going to post now, more like carrier pigeon. Oh. Feels like a lot of unveiling to go. This is what you mentioned before, Dave. It feels like a lot of unveiling in one go. Come on, last half hour. Let's see what we can do. Got to trust the model, says Richard. Tony Bellamy says they are going to be like buses. You wait for one and then 4 turn up. We are delighted to announce the signing of fucking Go One on a 5-year deal. See, they're that fed up, the Sunderland fans at the minute. They're resuming to joking. There's a lot of jokes going on about it at the minute. I know, laughing aside, but that's just echoing the frustration, I think. I really do. So that is the latest update from Sunderland News and Banter page. The broadband is broke at AOL. They have reverted to dial-up to post the update. No, Nuzlocke will get an update tomorrow tea time.
Hey, God.
Let's see what's going on in the chat again. Alan Gardner, we don't need anyone else. Our squad is looking good anyway. What do you think about that?
He wants to wake up and smell the coffee.
You want to wake up and smell the coffee, Alan? Peter Harvey, I think we must, all Sunderland fans, must get into bed. We get surprised with a striker tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah, I'd say bloody Christmas, this.
Of course it is. You'll not be able to sleep in your pyjamas, will you? Now with Spider-Man pyjamas, we won't be able to sleep.
I think he's got My Little Pony pajamas.
Like wrong with My Little Pony pyjamas. My Little Pony, skinny and bony. Just singing the school yard. Jack Reed, good luck to him here. Just not what we need at this moment in time. Dougie Stewart says, catch the pigeon. Jonathan Mark says, what model? What model? Alan Gardner says, Gary Bennett, can you put your boots on, please? Are you fit for Portsmouth? You know, he probably would love to play. 20 minutes to go.
It's looking dodgy now. Unless they're already in the building all sorted.
Yeah,
there will be.
I think that's what it is. To be honest.
I do agree with what Jacob's saying there. I think they're already there.
There must be.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
So you can't say this transfer window's as bad as last season, can you? I'd say we have done better. In my opinion, anyway.
$20 minutes and counting. Cheers for the subscriber there. Thank you very much.
Nothing on the banter, nothing on Sky. Nothing.
Nothing on the banter and nothing on Sky.
We used to always have a reporter at the stadium, like at the academy, didn't we?
Yeah. I don't know. There's just nothing, is there?
No.
This is like watching a 70s porno film on VHS and you get to the exciting part and the tape snaps.
Did you ever get caught watching that sort of stuff, Cabbie?
No.
Ever been caught?
I was very discreet.
Never in my life have I watched that sort of stuff. Never. It makes you go blind, Cabbie.
So I've been told.
What's this?
Cheers for the subscriber. What's this, Davey?
Chris Mackem signed.
Has he?
Yeah, pictures up, the pictures there.
Nice one.
Let's have a look. Is this on News and Banter page?
Yeah.
Sunderland have sealed a loan deal for Bournemouth defender Chris Mackem, SAFC. I don't know if you can see that on the stream. I don't know if it's showing up or what. Some say would like to see a picture of him holding the scarf up.
Right. You will tomorrow.
That's not going to please fans, though. If that's the only signing we've got and it's a defender.
No. Need a striker. There must be a striker coming next. Got to be. And the midfield, got to be a midfield player now. Got to be.
Yeah. Jonathan Mark says, League One Birmingham offer 10 million for a striker. We offer a couple of sparrows, kneecaps and half a rotten cabbage. Mackem, we're only a couple of injuries away from having a bad season. We 100% need new players in, and we've said this since day one today, haven't we?
Way high.
The Lens guy looks great if we can get him. Jack Reed's full of laughs. The greed of our club is a joke, says Anth Hopper. James Watson says, no picture, the shop is shut. Just see if there's any. That's the picture we're getting. I'll turn this light off a second. Don't know if you can see that, but that's the picture we're getting at the minute. Saying about the Bournemouth defender. Signed, sealed and delivered apparently, but who knows on that one. MF4 SAFC is outside the academy, says Colin Major. MF4 SAFC is outside the academy. Peter Wynn says, Sunderland set for late move on final striker target. With very few options left ahead of 11 PM deadline, the journalist Mike McGrath has now claimed they are planning a late move for Chelsea's David Datro Fofana. Fofana could be the late mover with Sunderland willing to move for the Ivory Coast international. Dear. It's only 15 minutes left, Davey.
Desperate. No, it's not going to happen, is it?
Your son Kevin Atkinson says, is Davey happy yet?
No, he's not. EFL. Gone to Leeds.
Who was?
Talking to somebody who they've signed. Isaac somebody. Dream come true.
Apparently there's lots of cars, black cars around the state, the AOL. Oh dear. What else coming up, Davey?
I have a look. I thought it was the new striker.
We're not getting one, are we?
Have a look.
I can just see a GIF picture.
No.
Transfer window closed at RC Lens with the validated loan of Salis Abdul Samed to Sunderland.
Where does it say that?
The News and Banter pages just put it up.
Just. Right.
There's got to be loads of activity going on in there at the stadium. Like there has to be.
So we signed that Salis Abdullah Samed then?
Well, accordingly so. Harry Turner, Chris Meffin loan deal done. One defender in for now. Uncle Regis, hello. Just check flight radar 24. And the only plane landed recently is the one from Paris into Newcastle about 10 minutes ago or so. 10 minutes ago or so. Well, that can't be a plane because it's going to take them an hour to get out the airport, isn't it?
Aye.
Unless they've done the... Ian Kerry says, well, night night, lads. Good night, Ian. Hope you have a good night's sleep. And I hope you wake up tomorrow morning and seeing just about 4 or 5 strikers with the scarves above their head. James Watson says, the players for midnight training. Uncle Reggie says, I've checked. Leeds have signed fullback Isaac Schmitz from St Gallen. Stevie M68 says, big reveal tomorrow, guys. 6 out, 5 in, but better quality. Premier League, here we come.
Bloody hell, he's confident, isn't he?
No. "12 minutes left. Is anything happening on Sky Sports News even?"
No, they've never even mentioned Sunderland ever.
Imagine everybody's face as if it's Mendy holding the scarf.
Right.
Yeah, Peter says we're looking a bit desperate. What's going on in the chat? Uncle Regis, you'll have until midnight to finalise the deals from abroad, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the paperwork could have already been done. Do you know what? This has been one of the quietest transfer windows, but yet the biggest sort of build-up. And it's no good going on the Sunderland AFC official page because they'll be out announced until next week.
Oh, they'll be out on.
Did you manage to take your dogs out for a walk tonight, Dave?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
They're wondering what's going on. They think the clocks have gone back.
Dougie Stewart says all the paperwork has to be done by 11 p.m. No extensions now, according to Dave.
No, there's nothing. I thought that, like.
But put it this way, how much time have they actually had to get it done?
I know.
Uncle Regis, I don't know what it is with the owners, but buying strikers that can actually score goals. 3 Mercedes vans have gone into the AOL from Brett Sports. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. According to Lens, Samed is done. Samed's on loan. They're all on loans, aren't they?
Yeah. He's midfield, isn't
he? Is he an option to buy?
Don't think so.
No?
No.
So where's this experienced striker we were supposed to be harping on about?
Yeah. Who's this?
Hossein Samed has signed.
Oh.
Hello, Derek UK. You all right, mate?
FC Lorient has rejected several offers from Sunderland, including one worth 11 million. I don't fucking believe it.
Right.
No way they're paying 11 million for anybody.
FC Lorient has rejected several offers from Sunderland, including one worth 11. Yeah.
I didn't believe it, do you?
No chance.
That's rubbish, that. I've never even heard of him, have you?
He hasn't even come up once on anything, and he's just appears now. Nah. I just take that with a pinch of salt, that, Davey.
They're just trying to show the fans that they've tried. Bullshit. If you were going to pay 11 million for somebody, you wouldn't wait the last hour, would you?
It's probably these third-rated websites looking for clickbaits, man.
It's fucking rubbish.
There's no chance. I mean, he's not even been mentioned once.
No.
God, is that what we're reduced to announcing with 8 minutes to go? Is that all we've come up with?
Signed somebody for 11 million, but they rejected it. Fucking bullshit. If they've got 11 million to spend, they should have signed somebody by now.
Yeah.
Could have gotten Stansfield for 10 million.
Aye, Lisa Stansfield.
Okay, now.
I can feel something in my bones. Yeah. Salis Abdul Samed signed on loan for Sunderland from Lens. So people saying he hasn't signed to Sunderland, he's just on loan.
Yeah.
A fantastic start from Peter Wynn. A fantastic start, says Peter Wynn, to the season's best in 99 years, but lack of vision from management has let the fans and players down big time.
Yeah.
This is mad, isn't it? We're getting some feedback from the chat as well. David says, same done. Kenwin Jack hello says, got my DH gate chops. David says, Samed done. Derek UK, hello mate, says from James Copley, confirmed. Harry Turner says, yes, all loans coming in. Jack Reed laughing again. Kenwin Jack says, £12. Uncle Regis David Fofana from Chelsea, I'm singing. Jonathan Mark, if we had 11 million to spend, they would want 12 players for it, says Jonathan.
Right.
Wayne Bunker says, Speakman is a clown, can't get a proven striker. John Murray says, loans are fine, no good return to sender. Arthur Smith says, that feeling in your bones, Cabbie, is called arthritis. I've heard arthritis is a good player. Arthritis, that sounds like a player from the 40s, doesn't it? When it comes to arthritis on the wing, pass it to Charlie Charles. Oh, good job, we can laugh. Well, cheers everybody in the chat for keeping us informed anyway. We've now got 5 minutes left. But like I say, it could be midnight, and we'll be thinking, well, because we've heard now from the club means we haven't got a signing, but not necessarily so. It's just the fact like the club hasn't announced anything.
Yeah.
You know, we might have had 2 strikers signed 4 hours ago, but until the club releases it, nobody knows, do they?
You're clutching.
But it could happen though, couldn't it?
Morocco.
Still now going on about some 100 and nearly 150 people watching us now, Davey and Jacob.
Waiting for a big announcement.
I know. Alan Gardner says, I don't think we'll get anyone now, chaps. No, it cannot not happen. I just cannot. Derek UK says, Echo now saying 11 million bid for Lens striker confirmed. Sorry, Lorient. And Billy GW, this is pish poor, lads. 11 million bid for Lorient striker confirmed.
I don't believe it.
Do you think Regis Lebris are going to have a French connection? Do you think it could be a French striker coming in?
Right.
It would be such an anticlimax, though, wouldn't it? It was such a great start of the season, and would they end up with
Yeah.
3 minutes to go. Have you got your party poppers ready yet for Big Ben, Chimon?
Yeah.
How's the dog, Davey? What's your dog called, Murphy, did you say?
Marley.
Marley. Let's have a little Marley update. How's he doing? Hey, look at that. That looks such a cosy sofa to sleep on, that, Davey.
Right.
If I ever
We're the ones behind us.
If I ever come to visit you, Davey, I'll be sleeping on that sofa.
Can you see the other one? Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Is that alive?
That's Cabbie when he's had a drink.
No, what?
That's me when
You
I'm
heard
that. I heard that. What's the other dog's name?
Kelsey.
Chelsea.
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Kel. Kel.
Please fucking shut up. It's just ignoring you, Dave.
Kelsey.
Get the dog out of your head. Hey, they look so comfy.
What is your week?
Yes, darling. What pet? What pet? What? Oh, is it your thingy? What, darling? What? Yes, pet? Oh, no, it'll be 2 minutes. It'll be 2 minutes, darling.
Whoa! There we are. We've got a striker. Oh no, he's midfield player.
He's midfielder.
He's got his scarf up.
I see.
Aye. Serbian midfielder Milan Alasic completed his transfer 2 days ago.
So that picture was off 2 days ago. Oh, wait a minute. That's an old Sunderland top he's wearing, Davey.
Is it?
Aye.
Well, it's him that has to put his head on. They couldn't have done that, could they?
Well, they're not gonna have him on an old foot. No, wait a minute. It is the new strip.
Is it?
It is. Aye, it is. I can see the Hummel logo.
Oh, well, he's signed then. He's midfield though.
So there we go.
No, he's good him.
Alexic is just signed. So that looks like there's one confirmed.
All right.
Is that a loan or permanent?
Transfer? You can't read it because it's a flipping Sunderland Echo.
Oh, is it one of them, is it?
I think so, aye.
Aye, he's there. He's got a scarf. Yeehaw! It's the first scarf picture we've seen.
Yeah. That's 2 midfielders that's getting in. That's how they've let Ekwar gone.
Okay. Is this where it's all going to start happening? We've now reached the deadline day. The window is now shut, so it's going to get warmer now in here. I've just shut the window, Davey.
Aye. Just a striker missing.
Stevie Stevie M6 Mint Show boys, thank you. We'll see the release tomorrow. Wait for it. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Any news on Salem? Salem's lot. Wilson is a striker. To be fair, says Cameron. Michael Marshall, no forwards tonight. Mackem. Milan Asic has signed. Wayne Bunker, we wouldn't pay 11 million for Messi in his prime. Says Jack. Derek, official Echo post confirmed by French press. Milan may signed? No. Don't believe, another one, somebody else is saying, don't believe 11 million bid. No.
No.
Colin Major, apparently deal done for Semed according to James Copley. Cameron Jack says Photoshop. Apparently it's not. He is there. That's the news strip, and he's actually. Believe it or not, that is the only picture we've seen of a player holding the scarf up.
Window closed.
Yeah, a lot warmer, isn't it, Dave? You're saving your heating bill now.
Aye.
Ashley Fetcher from Blackpool heard a few agreed.
Shutting down.
Hey? You what, Davey? You still there, Jacob?
Yeah.
I think this Davey's just vanished. You alright there, Davey, lad? I wonder if his phone's gone flat or something. At least maybe his batteries on his pacemaker's gone or something.
No striker then, eh?
There's time yet. I keep saying all the time, it's like until something actually gets done and dusted. What did Davey say? Shutting down? Do you think he's on about his phone gone flat or something?
Yeah, he just said shutting down, so might have to wait for him to put it on charge again.
I know. Put 50p in the meter, Dave. Or get on that cycling machine. Maybe Labrie has worked his magic, says Derek. John Murray, air budget is nil. Panini cut and paste. Topsy T. Ashley Fletcher from Blackpool, don't think so. Hoping not. Yeah. Timmy Table, blah blah blah. Another season wasted. We have a joke. Did we get Bobby Ball? Probably not. Mackem. Milano is a perm, €3 million going to 3,800,000 with add-ons. Harry Turner says, don't forget Chris Meffam from Bournemouth to Sunderland. Mackem says, well, deadline day is closed and nothing from the club of incomings. Dougie Stewart, did Speakman pop out of Big Ben going cuckoo? GSC, Lexic is great on the ball and plays a lot of through balls. Not a goal scorer, though, only 18. Apparently the French window is not closed yet, says Derek. James Watson says, where's he gone? I think his phone's gone flat. Because he said shutting down, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Cabbie, can you play a striker? Not with the size of my bitch tits, I can it? No. Mark 73, hi lads, have we signed anyone yet? Well, Metham from Bournemouth on a season-long loan with no option to buy. And the signing of Milan Alexic completed a transfer to the ranks. Are you pleased with what's going on, Jacob, or are you a bit sick as a chip?
A bit in the middle, still a bit flat. You know.
Topsy Steve, still nothing from the club yet. What the hell's going on, man? Arthur Smith, cheers lads, bye for now. Looks like no striker again, there's always January. I'm hoping that there's got to be a striker coming in. Still got 142 watching. Very, very patient. What you got planned at the weekend, Jacob? You doing much?
I'll be doing stream with Amph.
Yeah, there's got to be more coming through. I'm refusing. I'm refusing. That's it. Like. Oh, Davey's alright. He's not keeled out. We're on out. There's been a few outgoings. Yeah, there has. No, you're welcome, Dougie. Thanks for the show, lads. Mackem is out of contract in 12 months, so option to buy not relevant. Yeah, confirmed. Milan Athletic, says Jordan Dove. So do you reckon that's it then, Jacob?
I hope not. I hope there's still some more coming through, but yeah. What about you, Cabbie?
I'm confident something else will come through. It'll have to be David Datro Fofana also looking likely to stay at Chelsea unless something changes very quickly. This is mad, isn't it? Apparently 2 or 3 done after the Milan Athletic deal. Just because they're not announced before 11 doesn't mean they haven't been signed. Absolutely, JC, and I've said this loads of times. They could have had them signed hours and hours ago, and if the club haven't mentioned anything, assuming Chris Meffin is the last, I don't know. There'll be more. Are you staying up much longer, Jace? Are you going to put your jammies on and go to bed, Jacob?
Oh, I might put my jammers on soon.
Deals could be done and just not announced. We are sure players have signed and to be announced. Keep the faith. I think that's what's happening. Like. Oh, have you enjoyed the show, Jacob?
Yeah, it's been good.
Just Davey's funny, like, isn't he?
He is. He's a lovely lad.
Spot on. I just hope he's not killed, are we? Unless he's just that fed up, he's just gone bollocks. I'm gone.
Can understand where he's coming from, though, can't you?
I know.
If that's the case, but he did say shutting down.
I don't know. Echo just put a picture of a coloured guy holding a scarf, but no name. Jonathan Mark says it could be Bob Marley. Oh, if no striker, feel-good factor evaporates, says Alan Gibbon. Jordan Dave, I think we're hoping for Griff Orban. He scored 2 tonight for Leon. Wilson's a striker, says Ken Wayne. Jordan Dove, RC Lane's just confirmed. Samed signed. Everything Sunderland. Same probs getting announced. Hello, everything Sunderland. You alright, man? Marco 73. Birmingham just paid 12 million for a striker from Fulham, and we can't even get one on loan. It's kind of worrying. Yeah, I think when we go to bed and we'll wake up tomorrow morning, I think that will be it. I'll end the show, right? And the minute I end the show and shut up shop, there'll be 4 players holding scarves up. Yeah, watch, Jacob.
Aye.
You can just see it happening. Salis Abdul Samed loaned to Sunderland AFC, having made 72 appearances for racing the midfield. The racing midfielder joins loan for the 2024-25 campaign. Have a great season. Midfield FC. Plenty of midfielders coming in. Maybe, like I say, maybe KLD thinks we've got enough up front. I don't know. I don't know. Right, I think we'll end the show now. So, cheers for tuning in, popping in there, Jacob.
No problem.
And cheers for everybody on the channel tonight. So we'll find out what's going on. Stevie says, congrats, best I've enjoyed without Sky. See you tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be there for the match tomorrow. Is it still a head coach we have, or is he a manager? No, it's a head coach, James. So we'll say good night from Jacob.
Good night.
Everybody says good night, Jonathan. Good night, Billy G. Cheers, Jim. Cheers, Topsy. Cheers, Dortmund. Cheers, everybody in the chat. Davey, I'm sure, says good night. Whatever happened to his computer. And we'll wake up tomorrow morning. We'll have 3 strikers. So, Jacob, we'll say good night, mate, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot, pal.
No worries. Good night.
Ta-ra, mate.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Oh, Davies just says battery went on phone. Oh dear. All right, catch you later, mate.
Catch you later.